Starting. Welcome to Village TV, the story behind small business and entrepreneurs. Today we're talking about how letting go of your baggage is the key to growing a business you love. Now she might be laughing at me, but it's because she knows I got lots of baggage. I'm joined by Carolyn in Southwell. How are you, Carolyn?
I'm well, Sean.
It's good to see you. You see, look at the love. Now, we're talking about baggage and how people need to let go of their baggage to grow a business they absolutely love. And I guess as you get older, you get more baggage. Everyone has baggage. But what is this baggage we're talking about?
Okay, so for me, I view baggage as anything that's happened in the past that you're still holding on to. So anywhere where you feel shame or guilt or anger or resentment towards another person. It could be that somebody did something to you. This idea, oh, my ex did something to me, or my parents, or my teacher, or my, like, whatever. For some people, it's like really full-on trauma that they don't want to talk about. They just kind of keep locked away. And for other people, it's just my damn ex-boyfriend, you know? And all of that emotion is really heavy.
Yes.
So the best way, if you picture, you know, the person at the airport who has oversized baggage and they're struggling to carry drag those massive suitcases around. Yeah. That's what it's like for us internally. This really heavy emotion that's attached to an experience. Yeah.
Wow. Sounds hardcore.
It is a little.
So it's like people walking around town like 50 kilos on their back, going through life.
Yeah, and you can often see with people's body language, Sean. You know, you'll see people. How many times have you seen older people, especially women, who are curled over like this? Because they're carrying all that baggage.
Now, you run Warrior Women Mastermind. Yeah. And I guess a lot of what you do is cleaning out that baggage. Yeah. Making people lighter, feel more fluffier, I guess. Can I say that? But how does this relate to helping someone grow a business they love?
Okay, so I'm going to start with the assumption that anyone who's going to put in 8, 10, 12, 14 hours a day.
Don't rhyme me about it.
To build a business, that we want to be doing something that we love.
Yes.
You know, if we're going to put that many hours in, we better love it. So to create a business that we really love, we have to know ourselves to a certain degree, right? Okay. We have to know what we love, right? And in a world that is so full of distractions. So I don't know about you, so many people wake up in the morning and the first thing they do is check what's happened on Facebook overnight.
Stop it.
You're like, stop reading my mind. You know, we're constantly being bombarded by people trying to sell us ideas, opportunities, you know, it's just stuff, right? And all of that, we're constantly surrounded by people telling us what to do. And so all of that stuff is blocking us being able to connect to ourselves. Now, if those distractions weren't enough, then if you could actually switch off all those distractions, you'd still find that there's all these voices in your head continuing to tell you all the things that you should be doing or should be buying or whatever.
Okay.
And that baggage...
It's like it consumes you.
Yeah, and that baggage is actually blocking you from being able to hear yourself, what you really love. So to be able to build a business that you love, you need to be able to pull away those distractions, clear away that baggage, so then you can actually hear what's true for you. What do you love to do?
Do you think a lot of people go into business in something they maybe don't love, and the reason that they're not succeeding in their business because they haven't cleared away that baggage? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, let's see. I think that there's a lot of people who go into business because they don't love being an employee. So they've managed to work that bit out. They go, I'm sick of working for someone else. My damn boss did X, Y, and Z to me. Yeah. And so that creates baggage in itself.
So you leave going into business with the baggage. Okay.
Yeah, totally. And a lot of people will go, okay, well, I have expertise in this area. I'll build a business in that area because I know something about it. Not necessarily because they love it. Okay. So there's a lot of people who I see in business, in totally the wrong business. I can think of so many people in my network who build a business and then they do it for a while and they go, man, I hate this as much as I hated my job. And it's because they're building a business that's based on fear or like fear of, you know, looking at what's possible. And they don't have that connection to themselves to be able to go, what would I really love to do? What would I love to do when I wake up in the morning?
Because they're hearing what everyone else is saying and things like that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, let's go back to what everyone else is saying, because obviously as a business owner, you're often told, you need to read books, you need to listen to this, watch this, learn from these experts. You need to stay in tune, and I need to read articles and continuously educate myself.
Yeah.
Obviously, this creates baggage, as you said, in some form or way. How do we resolve that conflict between learning from experts and listening to yourself?
So I think there's definitely a place for experts. And I mean, what I found for me, Sean, is that as I've cleared away more of my baggage of all of the things I think I should do, all of the pain that I had associated with, and it sounds quite funny, like something that my parents might have said to me is actually creating a block from me being able to hear myself.
Okay.
So when I go through and clear, for myself, when I cleared that baggage, then I could hear myself better. And then I knew which experts I wanted to listen to. I knew what, for me as a speaker and a coach, there's so many avenues I could go, right? So then I go, okay, well, do I love what I hear from that speaker? Great. If I love it, then there's some truth for me. So then that's a great person to follow, even if they're not the Tony Robbins of the world or the whoever. This person over here might be a better match for me. Okay. And if I can tap into myself, then I can work out who to listen to. So we do so much of this stuff where, how many business books have you read this year? How many webinars have you attended? How many professional development? Yeah. But what we're doing is we're saying all of these other experts know better than me. And it's like, well, hang on. When did we start trusting other people more than we trust ourselves? How do all of those people know better for us than ourselves? Like, I mean, you're in your mind, your heart, your body. So ultimately, you know what's best for you.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
Well, I hope so.
But the thing is that all these experts would say, well, no, I have this many years industry experience. I've helped this many people. I know what's best for you. Okay. But I think that's absurd. They're not in your body.
No, they're not.
They're not in your heart. They don't know what's best for you.
They don't know my true passions.
Exactly.
Wow, okay. That's a great way to look at it. So people going into business really need to think about clearing this baggage to find out, so they make sure that whatever road they're going on the right road that's from here.
Yeah, that's my opinion, yes.
That's your opinion?
Yeah, absolutely.
So have you cleared your baggage? That's what Caroline wants to know. Because if you're in business and haven't cleared your baggage, you're probably going down a longer route. Because you haven't... I know I went to a whole lot of startups and businesses in my life, and I think a lot of them were just because I was in that position rather than doing stuff I really, really loved and knowing what I really wanted to do. And I think a lot of people do stuff not knowing what they really, really want to do.
Yeah. So what I find is that, you can go along those journeys. It's like you've got 1,000 paths laid out in front of you, right? And the person who's really committed to being an entrepreneur might make their way along multiple paths. And at some point, our unconscious mind, which is like the part of our mind that we're not conscious of, makes sense, right? Unconscious. If we have a really good connection between the conscious and the unconscious mind, so somebody who's cleared baggage will be able to hear what their unconscious mind is telling them is true for them. With me so far?
Yes.
Yeah. So what happens is if we go along a path that's not true for us because we don't have that connection and we don't know, we can't hear that voice that's going to tell us what's best for us, then, and we're following what all these other experts have told us, as we go along that path, and tell me if you've ever seen this with other people, we're more likely to get sick. We're more likely to get massive number of rejections. We're more likely to have it feel like an uphill battle.
Yes.
It feels like hard work, right? And all that is our unconscious mind coming along and going, well, you're on the wrong path. So let me just tell you you're on the wrong path. Let's make it feel like you're trying to swim uphill, like upstream. Let's well, you're really not paying attention. Okay, now how about if we break something, So my belief is the unconscious mind will go along and
make it as tough as possible.
Make it as tough as possible to go, hello, you're on the wrong path here.
Wakey.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is that we want to make it, when you're in flow, I mean, you've probably heard people talk about
always flow, get in the flow.
Yeah, right. And to be able to be in flow means you're doing what's true for you. You're doing what you love, right? And then it's like swimming downstream. It's like running downhill. It's easy. You wake up in the morning and you feel excited to get out of bed and go and work a 12-hour day because you're like, I'm doing what I love. Who cares if it's 12 hours?
Yeah, no, who's counting the hours?
Exactly. You're like, oh, I haven't eaten since whenever. I don't care. Cool.
Yep. Look, I totally agree with you. Now, so if someone wants to unhitch their ex, get rid of their nagging parents, and what process do you have to go about cleaning out your baggage?
Cool. Okay, well, I'm glad that you asked the question that way because it's not so much about the event. So it's not.
Learned nothing.
It's not about, unhitching the ex.
Okay.
It's not about what the ex did to you.
What is it about then?
Like, damn it.
I thought this could be easy.
It's about how you feel about your ex. It's about how you feel about what your parents did to you as a child. It's about how, not the experience, but how you're still viewing that experience as keeping you trapped. Because what makes that baggage heavy is that it has all this emotion attached. So as a coach, what I do is I go through and I help people with countless processes. It depends on the person in front of me, what suits them best. And I will go through and help them balance out the emotions.
Okay.
And then that way, it's like I'm unlocking a door or unlocking think of it this way. Think about a massive suitcase that is locked to your ankles, and everywhere you walk, you drag it with you, right?
Yes.
So when we go through and balance out the emotion, you don't change the fact that your parents talked down to you as a kid or, that your ex cheated on you or whatever the case is. So
you unlock the suitcase.
We unlock the suitcase,
Yeah.
and then you're done. And then it doesn't matter anymore what happened in the past, because the past is the past, it's done.
Yes.
The thing we have control over is changing how you feel about that event.
Okay.
And when we do that, and it's not like I can't go along as a coach and wave a magic wand.
Yeah.
It takes some work.
It's not like you give me ice cream and I feel better at the end of the day.
No, not quite. No. But you do.
A couple of tears involved.
Potentially. Yeah. And then, you go through that process in a private space where it doesn't have to be shared with anyone else. And then you're free of that massive piece of baggage.
Cool.
And what happens on the other side of that is people give themselves permission to do more things they love. They build a business that's true for them, or if they're already working on a business that feels pretty good, they take it to a whole new level of success. So that would be the reason it's worth doing the work, because everyone wants to do more of what they love. I haven't met a single person who, if you really get to the core of it, doesn't want to wake up every morning excited about life, excited about what they're building, I'm
excited listening to you. Come on. No, I couldn't agree with you more. I think it's like going from a position of walking and crawling to a position of running, because, again, you don't have any barriers, you don't have any things holding you back or rejections or anything like that. It's just a clear, conscious mind and a great feeling. And I think a lot of businesses out there work from a position of fear rather than a position of love and enjoyment.
Yeah.
If you are, I feel sorry for you, because it doesn't have to be that way. No,
it doesn't.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
Yeah.
Wow. And
it's really amazing with, if I think back to some of the clients that I've worked with recently where I've done this work, watching them transform in front of my eyes is the most beautiful thing that I can imagine. And the thing that they most consistently say to me, Sean, is at the end of a session is, after a big massive hug, like they're so grateful that I could sit there with them and do this work, this uncovering work. They're like, oh my God, I feel so much lighter, And it's like, I love the idea that we can go through this process and you literally on the spot feel lighter. And you go, well, how much is that worth? Like, it's amazing.
It's a lifetime, really. It's a lifetime of opportunity that's opened up. Wow, such a warrior. So you run Warrior Women Mastermind.
Yeah, we've got one. The first one coming up this year in Laos in November.
It's hot.
Laos is hot. Yeah. Well,
the group is hot as well.
Yeah, so tucked in between Thailand and Vietnam, it's going to be a pretty warm spot. It's I don't know if have you ever been there?
I haven't.
Oh, it's beautiful, and the people are just lovely, and it's a very poor country.
Yes.
So we're doing some cool work while we're there as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So what happens with Warrior Women Mastermind? What do you guys get up to? So it's a group of powerful women.
Yep.
You hop on a boat, you paddle over there. All right.
Something like that.
Something
Flying.
like flying.
Yeah, there are planes.
You can fly as well. Flying as well.
Yeah.
And you start the journey of unhitching the baggage.
Yeah.
And growing powerfully and
Yeah.
building a powerful network and group and moving people's businesses in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Lives.
these 12 women are women who are already powerful. They already have powerful networks. They've already built amazing businesses, and the work that they've been doing has already been making a difference in the world. What we're looking to do with these women, and the reason they would choose to be there, is to take it to a whole nother level. So these are women who aren't afraid to do the work. They're not afraid to get their hands dirty. And they're really like, cool, we're big, let's go bigger, you know, in every sense of the word. More expansive, feel lighter, feel greater, feel like they can do so much more.
Nice.
And then while we're there, we do a really cool project where we do get in a boat and go to a village.
Told you it was a boat.
And we go and work with a group of children in a village to improve literacy rates, because Laos has some of the lowest literacy rates in the world. So that's cool as well.
Very cool. Caroline, you're such a warrior with women. You're changing lives. And I know, you're very passionate about working with people and helping people grow, find their passions and their love and their ambitions, and helping people, or empowering people, I should say.
Yeah.
Empowering people to be all they can be, all they want to be, love to be. And I think that's a very powerful journey. And for business owners out there, I think if you have this conception that you have to read every book and you have to find the answer through other people, maybe you need to rethink that. Maybe you need to look internally and unleash that baggage so that you can find right here what matters to you and make that journey so much more interesting and so much more exciting and so much more lighter, as you described. So that's a really good way to look at things, and I think it's an exciting journey for a lot of people. I do feel, as you say, we've chatted about the personal development industry, that there's not enough of what you talk about and what you do. So if you're a woman in business or just in life and you want to experience a lighter feeling, I really suggest that you catch up with Caroline. I know she's very engaging, entertaining. Look at her go. How can you not love that smile? So look, where can they find you if they want more information?
All right. So if they do see themselves as one of those powerful women that would want to come along on the journey to Laos, the website to look at would be warriorwomenmastermind.com.
Cool.
And otherwise, looking up Caroline Southwell on Facebook.
Yep.
Or the on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Either of those social.
You'll find her.
Google Caroline Southwell, you'll find me.
You'll find her.
Yeah.
She's great. Enjoy it. So there it is. Caroline, thank you so much for being part of this.
Thank you.
Another amazing person, part of Village TV. Make sure you subscribe and join the action and keep up to date with all the amazing people I have here. I'm sure Caroline will be back on here soon. Probably making me cry. But look, guys, a nice message to end off today on a real important note that's somewhat different from usual. And I like to say Village TV is really at the cutting edge with people like this. That's us from Village TV. See you later.